The soul's choice. Why were you chosen? Have you ever considered that your soul chose your family even before you were born? Not by chance, nor by a random twist of fate, but with the precision of a master artist crafting a masterpiece. Your soul looked at this life, the challenges, the lessons, and said, "Yes, this is where I will awaken." Yet, here you are, questioning why this choice feels like punishment. Why did your family, instead of being a source of protection, become the root of your pain? This question is the beginning of a journey far greater than you can imagine. The answer lies in the higher purpose of your existence. You weren't placed in a toxic family by accident or bad luck. It happened because something much greater is at play. Being chosen means being called to transcend patterns most people cannot even see. It means being tested in ways that push you to grow where others falter. This path is not easy, but it is profoundly transformative. And as you explore this journey, remember there is meaning behind it all. Curious about how to turn your pain into purpose? Subscribe to the Awakening Minds channel now and discover how your story can catalyze change. Your soul did not make a mistake in choosing this path. The pain you feel is the soil in which your strength is growing. It's an invitation to discover your power, to see beyond the chaos, and to find the light within. The sooner you begin to realize that your story holds a higher purpose, the sooner you can embrace your mission as a chosen one. But this requires courage. Are you ready to take the first step? Click subscribe and continue this journey of self-discovery. The fire of toxicity, pain or forge? Toxic families are like fire. They burn, hurt, and often leave deep scars. But they also have the power to forge. Just as steel is strengthened in the fire, your soul is being shaped by these challenges. Have you ever stopped to think that maybe this environment is exactly where you are being prepared for something extraordinary? Being chosen means walking through fire and emerging stronger, more resilient, and more aware than ever before. These family environments are not random. They are the manifestation of generational patterns, unresolved pain, unspoken truths, and inherited wounds. Your mission as a chosen one is not merely to survive this, but to transcend, to break cycles, and to create something new. You are the disruptive force your lineage needed. But to transform, you must first confront. The fire that seems to consume you is actually the tool that will purify you. Facing this toxicity doesn't mean passively accepting or romanticizing the pain. Acknowledge that it's hard. Growing up in a dysfunctional environment can make you doubt your worth, but it also gives you the unique opportunity to see yourself beyond the distorted mirrors of your family. What if the pain wasn't a burden but a key to unlocking your true potential? Ask yourself, what is your family trying to teach you about yourself? This reflection could change everything. Don't run from the fire, face it. Pain is the path to awakening. And as you confront it, you'll begin to see the power in transforming chaos into light. Remember, you were chosen not to be destroyed, but to rise from the ashes. This is a monumental task, but you were built for it. Facing the mirror of pain, what do you see? Toxic families have a unique characteristic. They don't just hurt, they reflect. The attitudes, patterns, and words of your family often show you parts of yourself that you might be avoiding. When you look at your family, what do you see? Anger, neglect, control, manipulation? Now, look deeper. Where do those same behaviors show up within you? This is the invitation toxicity offers. It's not just about healing what was done to you, but using those wounds as guides for your own transformation. Every confrontation, every argument, every painful situation is an opportunity for learning. Your family, unintentionally, is pointing out the parts of yourself that need attention. It's not easy to accept this, but it's the key to your healing. The clearer you see yourself, the more capable you are of breaking the cycles that hold you back. Recognizing these mirrors doesn't mean blaming yourself or carrying everyone's pain. Your role isn't to heal your family, but to heal yourself. And when you do, something miraculous happens. The dynamics start to shift, not because you forced them, but because your energy has changed. Healing yourself is the first step toward transforming your environment, and it begins within. Ask yourself, what is your family trying to teach you about your own essence? What patterns are you repeating? By answering these questions, you begin to create space for transformation. This is the most important work you will ever do, and it is also the most liberating. Breaking free and embracing your mission. This brings us to the most important point. How do you turn all this learning into liberation? Being chosen means understanding that your freedom doesn't depend on changing others, but on changing yourself. Maybe your family will never apologize. Maybe they'll never acknowledge the pain they caused. And that's okay. Your healing doesn't depend on them, it depends on you. What would happen if you stopped waiting for them to change and started living your truth? Breaking free doesn't mean cutting ties or physically fleeing. It means cutting the invisible chains, the inherited patterns, the limiting beliefs, the fears that aren't yours. This requires self-awareness, courage, and consistent action. And when you do this, you not only free yourself but inspire others to do the same. You become the living proof that transformation is possible, even in the darkest circumstances. Imagine the impact of your transformation. What was once pain becomes power, and what was once darkness transforms into light. Your healing might take years or even lifetimes to influence others, but it plants seeds of change in your lineage. This is more than a gift, it's a mission. And this is why you were chosen. If you've come this far, it's because you're ready to embrace your mission as a chosen one. You're ready to turn your story into inspiration and your pain into purpose. Subscribe to the channel right now and join a community of awakened souls. Remember, you are not alone on this journey. Your light is just beginning to shine, and the world needs it. Transforming pain into purpose, the inner alchemist. Have you ever wondered what it would be like to turn all the pain you carry into strength, rejection into self-acceptance, and suffering into wisdom? This is the true alchemy of the chosen ones. You were placed in a toxic family not to be broken, but to learn how to transform darkness into light. Being chosen means looking at your wounds and realizing that they hold valuable lessons. Each scar tells a story, and within those stories lies the path to your purpose. Transforming pain into purpose is not an overnight process. It's a profound journey of facing, understanding, and ultimately transcending. The most painful experiences often bring the greatest teachings. For instance, rejection can teach you to love yourself unconditionally. Neglect can teach independence. And betrayal can teach you to trust again, but this time, trust yourself. Can you see that your greatest pains may actually be your greatest powers? Purpose is not about fixing others, but about finding your own truth. When you start healing your wounds, something extraordinary happens. What once felt like a burden transforms into wings. You not only find strength, but inspire others along the way. This is the hidden gift of toxic families. They are the soil where you learn to flourish despite everything. Ask yourself, what greater purpose lies behind all you have endured? How can you use your experiences to grow and, at the same time, help others find their way? In answering these questions, you'll begin to see that pain does not define you, it is how you choose to respond to it that does. The healing process, a path of self-discovery. Healing is not a destination but a journey. Often messy, challenging, and uncomfortable, it is also deeply liberating. To break free from the toxic patterns you've inherited, internal work is essential. This starts with awareness. Identify the patterns you've inherited. Ask yourself, what am I unconsciously repeating? What beliefs about myself have come from my family's words and actions? After identifying these patterns, comes the hardest part, letting go. This means releasing the stories that aren't yours, the beliefs that no longer serve you, and the behaviors that perpetuate cycles of pain. Healing is not about fixing something that is wrong with you. It's about remembering who you are beyond the wounds. And who are you? A whole, worthy, and infinitely capable being. This journey requires 3 fundamental pillars: self-love, compassion, and discipline. Self-love is the radical act of choosing yourself, even when no one else does. Compassion is the practice of forgiving yourself for not knowing everything from the start and allowing yourself to stumble along the way. Discipline is the daily commitment to show up for yourself, even on the hard days. Imagine what your life could look like if you lived every day as though you were inherently worthy of love, respect, and happiness. What choices would you make? What relationships would you release? What new paths would you pursue? This is the power of healing. It doesn't just transform you, it creates space for an entirely new future. Liberation and the final call, the mission of the chosen ones. Breaking free from family toxicity doesn't mean abandoning your family, but rather releasing yourself from the invisible chains that tie you to the past. It means loving from a distance, if necessary, but from a place of wholeness, not obligation. Being chosen is understanding that your greatest contribution to your family isn't saving them, it's healing yourself and, in doing so, silently inspiring transformation. True liberation begins when you decide you will no longer live in reaction to what your family did or didn't do. This doesn't mean denying the past, but using it as fuel to create something new. When you heal, you not only break cycles for yourself, but also pave the way for others around you to do the same. You become a beacon, showing what is possible, even without words. Imagine the impact of your transformation. What once was pain becomes power, and what once was darkness turns into light. Your healing may take years or even lifetimes to influence others, but it plants seeds of change in your lineage. This is more than a gift, it's a mission. And that is why you were chosen. If you've come this far, it's because you're ready to embrace your mission as a chosen one. You're ready to transform your story into inspiration and your pain into purpose. Subscribe to the channel right now and join a community of awakened souls. Remember, you are not alone on this journey. Your light is just beginning to shine, and the world needs it. Glowing star.